Good morning. Even though the situation, the image you are seeing doesn't seem like morning, it's well chosen because the gospel we are to speak about is a gospel that happens in the night, a story that happens in the night. It's the story of a meeting and I think a long talk between Nicodemus and Jesus. Nicodemus is pictured as an old or older man, very experienced in the religion of Israel, in the right and wrongs of the religion, in the writings of God, in the Torah, and who obeys, as I think, every single of these 512 mitzvot, the 512 rules that God gave to Israel and to us as well. And on the other hand, there is Jesus, the child of a woman, the prophet, maybe one of the last prophets of Israel, in the prophet's tradition of Israel. So we have the typical confrontation between the established religion, symbolized by Nicodemus, and the prophets, symbolized by Jesus. And they come to the very point of the very essence of religion. Do I have to obey all the rules to be righteous, to be loved and saved by God, or is it something else? And as you might expect, there is something else. Jesus said to Nicodemus, when Nicodemus asked what the judgment will be, what will be the point by which God judges us? Then Jesus said to Nicodemus, "For God so much loved the world that he or she gave his Son, his chosen one, her chosen one, his or her only and beloved child, that whosoever believes in him, in Jesus, should not perish, but have everlasting life." And this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and men love darknesses rather than light because their actions were evil. So as I stated already, it's the conflict between a religion that obeys rules and a movement coming from the desert, coming from the revolution, coming from the Spirit that enlightens and embrightens us all. And the judgment is not something like really powerful and mighty at the end of all times. No, the judgment is the very person Jesus is. This loving prophet, this healing and the kingdom of God preaching man, he is the judgment in himself. There will be no other judgment, even though we read in all apocalyptic texts that there will be a judgment in the end of times, but the judgment already arrived in Jesus Christ. Can or can we not act and live like him, loving, caring, strong, wild? Can we or can we not accept that the kingdom of God happens when 2 or 3 are united in his name? The very existence of Jesus and the fact that he rose from the dead in a night, and he was given in a night to the men and women on this world in the night of Christmas. These facts, to believe in this love, in this power, it's the only judgment that will ever happen. And those who say, well, I don't care, I don't give a shit, those are already judged. They will never be part of it. But the other ones who believe in this incredible energy, in this man, in this risen Lord, those are already in the kingdom of heavens. I repeat the sentence I want you to take away from today's lecture. This is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, but men love darkness rather than light. But God so much loved the world that he or she gave his or her Son, the chosen one, its only and beloved child, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So may you have life in this beginning spring week. May you experience love and be blessed, for you are a blessing.